Welcome back, America. Probably no one has written more about presidents in the last 40 years than Bob Woodward, and he's written about them all. And he's written extensively in his brand new book, The Last of the President's Men, does original research and finds original stuff that no one else has seen in Herbert Butterfield. So I want to close by asking you about Herbert Butterfield. Thinking of Herb Block. I'm getting them confused. Herbert Butterfield. How do you compare Hillary and RN? Do you think they have similar personality traits?
Oh, boy, happily I'm not a psychiatrist, and almost easier to explain the creation of the universe than to answer that question. I mean, there are elements. I think the challenge now for the political system and the journalistic world is to really understand Hillary Clinton and look at all stages of her life. There was an interview that Charlie Rose did with Putin last month. Did you see it?
Yes.
I mean, it's an amazing interview because Rose asks Putin, he says, well, you know, you were in the KGB. There's a saying, once in the KGB, you were always in the KGB. And then Putin, just kind of sitting there rather calmly, says, not a stage of our life passes without a trace.
Interesting. It was fascinating. But you started to say, Bob.
Boy, that's true. And it's true of Nixon. It's true of Hillary. It's true of Donald Trump, of anyone who's, and we need to know. I mean,
and you started to say there are elements of, I think you were going to say, of similarity between Nixon and Hillary. What are they?
Well, there is a secretiveness. There's no question about it. My former colleague, Carl Bernstein, who wrote a long, very well-researched book on Hillary Clinton, makes the case that she and the truth don't go together that often. And there are examples of that. But she has a strength. I think that was demonstrated yesterday in her testimony. And so somebody's got to come at this dispassionately as a reporter, who is this woman? What's, every stage of her life, what traces did it leave? And it's, can be done, and I think it will be done.
Are you going to do it? Is that your next book?
Well, I'm not sure. And, I know the Washington Post is committed to that, my newspaper, and I think other news organizations are. It's got to be done in depth. I did this with reporters at the Post in 1988 for George Herbert Walker Bush, and we did a 20,000-word series. And he wouldn't talk to us. He was unhappy with it, and one of his top aides said, well, it's as if Bush went through a metal detector, but the metal detector in this case is a long tunnel, and there was lots of little beeping and chirping, but no disqualifying evidence. And you look at Bush, and I think that's the case now.
Bob Woodward,